Why do millions of men secretly watch adult content online every single day, even when they know it might not be good for them? Is it simply a lack of self-control, or is something much deeper happening inside the human brain? Because the truth is, modern technology might be triggering one of the most powerful biological instincts humans evolved millions of years ago. Your brain can actually react to attractive visual signals before you're even consciously aware of them, which raises a strange possibility. What if attraction isn't really a choice at all, but an automatic response programmed by evolution? And that leads to an uncomfortable question. Do you think men are naturally wired to react to these signals, or has modern society trained the brain to behave this way? Comment below and tell me what you think, biology or society? To understand the real answer, we have to go back thousands of years, long before smartphones, social media, or even civilization existed, because the story of attraction didn't begin online. It began with human survival. Imagine living 50,000 years ago. No internet, no cities, no modern culture. Humans lived in small tribes, constantly facing threats from nature. Survival depended on two things: staying alive and successfully passing on your genes. From the perspective of evolutionary biology, attraction developed as a reproductive strategy. Over thousands of generations, the human brain slowly evolved shortcuts, fast ways to identify signals that suggested health, fertility, and strong genetics. And interestingly, many of these signals were visual. For example, symmetrical faces, clear skin, certain body proportions. These features historically correlated with good health and reproductive potential, so the brain evolved to notice these patterns extremely quickly. Think of it like an ancient detection system running quietly inside your mind. Even when you're not actively thinking about attraction, your brain is still scanning the environment for these signals, and when it detects them, something powerful happens inside your brain. But before we go deeper into the science, think about this for a moment. Have you ever noticed how your attention sometimes shifts towards someone attractive before you even realize it? Be honest, comment yes if you've experienced this automatic reaction. That reaction might feel random, but neuroscience shows that it's actually connected to one of the most powerful systems in the human brain, the reward system. Inside your brain exists a network designed to guide your behavior toward things that increase survival. Food activates it, social approval activates it, and attraction activates it. At the center of this system is a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine isn't exactly the pleasure chemical like people often say. Scientists describe it more accurately as the motivation and anticipation chemical. When your brain encounters something important, dopamine levels rise. This creates curiosity, focus, attention. And when men see visual signals their brain interprets as attractive, dopamine activity increases in reward regions like the ventral striatum. Brain scans have actually shown these areas lighting up when people view attractive faces. What's fascinating is how fast this happens. In many cases, the brain reacts in less than 250 milliseconds. That's faster than conscious thought, meaning your brain can register attraction before you even realize it yourself. But this brings up an interesting debate among psychologists. If the brain reacts automatically, how much control do humans actually have? So here's something I want you to think about. Do you believe attraction is something we consciously control, or something the brain triggers automatically? Write your opinion in the comments, control or automatic, because the answer becomes even more interesting when we look at the world humans live in today, a world very different from the one our brains evolved in. For most of human history, people lived in small communities. A person might encounter only a limited number of potential partners in their entire lifetime. But today, one smartphone can expose your brain to thousands of attractive faces in minutes. Social media, short-form video platforms, streaming sites. Everywhere you look, digital platforms are filled with images specifically designed to capture attention. And here's where things get really interesting. Most online platforms are powered by algorithms designed to maximize engagement. These algorithms study what you look at, what you pause on, What keeps you scrolling? Then they show you more of the same content. From a technology perspective, that's incredibly efficient. But from a neuroscience perspective, something unusual happens. The brain's reward system starts receiving far more stimulation than it evolved to handle. Imagine taking a brain designed for occasional attraction signals and suddenly exposing it to thousands of them every day. Naturally, the brain responds by paying attention. But here's the big question. Do you think modern technology is simply reflecting natural attraction, or is it actually making those instincts stronger? Comment reflecting or amplifying. I'm curious what you think, because the answer might explain why digital platforms are so addictive. And to understand that, we need to talk about something psychologists call novelty. The human brain is extremely sensitive to new information. Thousands of years ago, curiosity helped humans survive. New environments could contain food, new territories could offer safety, new discoveries could improve survival chances. So evolution rewarded curiosity. Every time the brain encounters something new, dopamine levels rise slightly. This creates curiosity, focus, attention. And when men see visual signals their brain interprets as attractive, dopamine activity increases in reward regions like the ventral striatum. Type dopamine in the comments if you've ever noticed how quickly new things capture your attention. But the internet changed everything. Today, novelty arrives at incredible speed. Scroll, new face. Scroll again, another new face. Scroll again, something different. Each new stimulus gives the brain a small dopamine boost, and this creates a loop that keeps people scrolling longer than they expected. Modern digital platforms combine three powerful psychological triggers: visual attraction, novelty, and reward anticipation. Together, they create an environment perfectly designed to capture attention. But that doesn't mean attraction itself is a problem. It simply means our ancient instincts are interacting with modern technology in ways evolution never predicted. And that brings us to one final thought. Humans evolved with powerful biological instincts, instincts related to survival, instincts related to reproduction, and instincts related to curiosity. But humans also have something unique: self-awareness. We're the only species capable of studying our own behavior and asking why we act this way. So here's the final question I want you to think about. If our brains evolved with these powerful instincts, do you think humans can truly control them, or can we only learn to manage them? Write your answer in the comments. Control or manage? Because I'd really like to hear your perspective. Because understanding the science of attraction doesn't just explain why men are drawn to women. It reveals something deeper about the human brain itself. Attraction isn't random. It's the result of three powerful forces working together. First, evolution shaped our instincts over millions of years. Second, neuroscience explains how the brain's reward circuits respond to visual signals. And third, modern technology has created an environment that constantly stimulates those ancient systems. Understanding this doesn't remove human responsibility. Instead, it gives us awareness, because the same brain that reacts automatically is also capable of reflection and choice. The next time you notice how quickly your attention shifts while scrolling through your phone, remember something: your brain isn't broken. It's simply responding to signals it evolved to recognize. The real question is what we choose to do with that knowledge in a world where technology can trigger those instincts endlessly. And maybe that question tells us more about the future of humanity than attraction itself ever could.